Welcome to a tutorial video on PHP. In this video I'm going to talk about variables. Variables in programming terminology are things we put values into. Sometimes we think of them in the metaphor of a bucket. That is, we put things into a bucket and then we can examine the bucket to see what's inside of it. When we use this metaphor of the bucket in PHP, we can think of it as a loosely typed language. That is, we can put anything in any bucket. The buckets are all the same. So let's look at some examples here. Over here on the left-hand side, we see lines 1, 2, and 3. Variables in PHP start with a $sign. So we see right here, this is a variable, starts with a $sign, followed by its name. The naming of variables in PHP can contain letters, numbers, and the underscore. They cannot, however, contain other special characters or any spaces. So letters, numbers, and the underscore. As well as remember that they start with a $sign. So we see here an example of putting something into a bucket. This is an example of a number value, a whole number value. Sometimes these are called integers. So we see here a number value of an integer put into the bucket number value. Number value is a variable, and we know this because it starts with a $sign. So we're using the equal sign here to put this value on the right-hand side into the variable on the left-hand side. Notice also that PHP ends with semicolons, and this tells PHP that that's done. This bit of code is done, the semicolon signals that. So we see 3 different examples of types of data we can put into the buckets that are variables in PHP. The first one here is an integer, as I said, a whole number, in this case 1. The second example is a string. A string is a collection of letters, numbers, special characters, all within enclosed, open, and closing quotation marks. So we see here hello, open quotations, ending quotations. Again, that semicolon at the end signaling this is the end of some code. So we're putting hello into string value. Notice it's a variable because it has a $sign. Finally, as a third example, we can look at a decimal value. This is something that has a dot in it. In this case, 4.5. These are sometimes called floating point numbers in mathematics and in other programming languages. So we see we can put whole numbers, integers, into variables. We can put strings, collections of letters and numbers, and special characters that are enclosed within quotations. We can also put decimal values. Right here, 4.5, and we're putting in the bucket that is the variable decimal value. So let's review variables in PHP. Variables start with a $sign. That way, it lets us know this is a variable. They also have a name of some sort. The names can contain letters, numbers, and the underscore, but no spaces or other special characters. We also use the equal sign to assign values, that is, put a value into the bucket that is a variable. And we saw 3 different examples of that. Integers, strings, and decimals are sometimes called floating point numbers. And we see right here, we use the equal sign to put the value from the right into the thing on the left. So we're putting values into the bucket. So finally, as a conclusion to this, we can look into the bucket to see what we have. Down here you see I'm using the keyword echo. This is a special keyword within PHP that shows data. In this case, we're looking at the values of these 3 variables: number value, string value, and decimal value. The integer, the string, and the decimal examples. So if I run this, we see right here 1, hello with the exclamation point, and 4.5 all run together because echo just shows us that data. It doesn't do anything with it. So we can put values into the buckets that are using the metaphor of the bucket, put values into variables in PHP. We know the variables because they have a $sign, and we can put different values into variables. All the buckets are really the same. That is, it's a loosely typed, so we can put integers and strings and decimals or whatever else we want into variables. And we know the variables because they have a $sign. Thanks for watching.